The fact that you think you can sleep your way to the top astonishes me. The only thing you're sleeping your way to the top of is the list of people who might have given Tom Allen herpes.
Welcome to another round of Comedic Combat, the yearly roast battle we do with Vienna Chuckles at Kramladen. This week's contenders are Austria versus Germany, Paul Jacobs versus Sonja Picard. And this might be the biggest upset we've seen in the entire battle. I don't know how the winner won this one. Honestly, I have my own feelings about who should have won this one and who did win this one. Maybe the judges didn't do their job right. Maybe I'm just being biased though. So why don't you just let us know down below. Put a nice comment with who you think actually won this battle, because honestly, I'm not convinced.
Fight! 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 Fight!
Thank you. Sonja has her own open mic called Jokes and Popcorn. At the show you guessed it, free popcorn and jokes. So I hear. We all know that the one thing missing in comedy shows was a constant crunching noise. So you finally perfected open mics. Congratulations. Seriously though, with a title like that, there's no doubt in my mind anymore that you are German. I mean, the only reason why she hasn't called it the Laugh Factory was not because it was already taken, but it would be too much of a wordplay.
Okay. Paul actually just got married, and yeah, no applause, makes sense. The party to his wedding took place in his apartment with takeout pizza and beers in the bathtub. So he really put a lot of effort into making this whole wedding look as scam as it was. And I can see why, because I think he's just very ashamed of falling in love with a Mexican, because he made a deathbed promise to his grandma never to let any spice in his life.
God damn it. Sonja worked as a waitress to support her career as a failing actress and comedian. And she's also the partner to a way funnier man. You are basically the German version of Dee from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. But her first actual role was playing a schizophrenic prostitute, which coincidentally is also her backup plan when the whole being funny thing doesn't work out.
Paul is bisexual because, you know, beggars can't be choosers. I will say though, he is in a monogamous relationship with his wife now. With one exception, he told me, because he's allowed to have sex with guys only, and I quote, if it helps his career. Now, the only way that sex could help Paul's career is if he gets fucked by the owner of the Laugh Factory in the bathroom on his way out, steps on his own jizz, slips, hits his head on the hand dryer, forgets all about wanting to be a comedian, and never gets on stage again.
Sonja recently got her first role in the TV hit show Soko Köln, where she plays an unsuccessful comedian, a role she has been preparing for her whole life. She actually got the role because she fucked the casting director 2 years ago. He was probably thinking that after he threw you his bone, he could also throw you a bone. Thank you, Reginald. Thank you. But honestly, I think you misunderstood the whole #MeToo campaign. Oh. All right. like you guys.
Paul really loves his apartment, but his apartment really is just one step up from a cupboard under the stairs. So Austrian Harry Potter here still thinks this is a residence, I'm gonna stay here, which is a little bit sad, and it keeps happening in his life, like the time he banged a Mexican hooker and thought, this is love, I'm gonna marry her.
Sonja and Reggie have been dating now for 18 months, and I'm really happy that it works out so well between the two of you. It's pretty logical though, because two negatives equal a positive. It's really like a Disney story, like Beauty and the Beast, you know, in real life. Only this would be called average looking and kind of a dick. Wow, you're not even letting your woman finish on stage. Nice. Wow.
Paul once helped me fix my computer. And then at some point, Windows started making one of those forever lasting random updates. And he's like, bad luck for you, I charge by the hour. So, that wasn't funny, it was just an asshole. So in the meantime, he made me listen to his podcast, which has now been cancelled because it had a really bad marketing, which I get because, selling FFPÖ as entertainment, it's easier to shit in a cup and sell it as a detox smoothie. But really, I would rather be responsible for making the FPÖ merchandise than the FFPÖ merchandise. Because at least I know that the FPÖ one is sponsored by some Russian oligarch niece and not by a fellow struggling comedian whose money you took as you forced them to watch your trashy ass podcast, which is even trashier than Mississippi's Next Top Model over here. Less funny than the guy with the dick stuff joke. Yet somehow even more narcissistic than our host. Who also told me to shorten this joke. Because he said that a joke as long as that one could ruin this entire show and also his reputation in the European comedy circuit. But I don't fucking care, because Reggie, you were the most frequent guest star on the FFPÖ podcast. Your reputation is already ruined.